I lost that on the trail, and I felt lost because of it. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alyse here, and today I am going to be talking to you about why I have decided to get off of the Appalachian Trail. And yes, I know, some people prefer to pronounce it Appalachian Trail. Whew, I can't believe that I'm filming this video. I've been procrastinating it for a little while now, but here I am, ready to share everything with you. I'm gonna try to keep this video fairly brief, but at the same time, I also want to express myself and share with you what I've been feeling, what my thoughts on the matter are, answer some frequently asked questions, and kind of just address the whole situation in general. So I was on the AT for a little over 90 days, and I hiked 1,000 miles, a little bit over 1,000 miles. The general reason why I decided to stop hiking was because I wasn't enjoying myself anymore, and I took about a month to consider this decision. And the answer finally became clear that I needed to prioritize my health and well-being. Now, of course, it wasn't that super simple and easy. There were various reasons why I did get led to that decision to get off the trail. I'm going to share those with you in a couple of minutes. So first, I want to talk to you real quick about my goal setting process. How I set goals is a little bit different than the way that I would say the majority of individuals set their goals. I choose to set massive goals for myself, and I've done this for years now. What I mean by this is, instead of choosing like a mediocre goal, like I want to hike 30 days on the AT, I set a more massive goal for myself, like I want to hike the entire AT. I personally love this way of setting goals because if I don't end up reaching my goal, I've still gotten so much farther than I would have gotten if I just set that safe, mediocre, average goal. So for example, if I said, my average goal, what I think is achievable, is to hike 30 days on the AT. After finishing that 30 days, to be realistic with myself, I would not have pushed onward because I was struggling really bad within that first month. I was having a hard time adjusting to trail life. My feet were in excruciating pain almost every single day. My Achilles tendons were flaring up, super inflamed, to the point where I couldn't walk some days on the trail. I had to take days off because of the pain. To make it clear and simple, I would not have moved forward if I had set that 30-day goal. But in setting a bigger, massive goal to have the whole AT as this like carrot above my head, it ended up leading me to go much farther. I hiked 1,000 miles. I was on the trail for 3 full months, and I would not have done that if I had set a safe, average goal. So I really love this goal setting method, and I am proud of how far it has gotten me with different experiences and challenges in my life. And I'm going to continue to use this goal setting method because of how successful it has led me to be. Only 2 years ago, I set the massive goal to move to Hawaii and be able to financially provide for myself. And I had $500 in my name at the time. I was going to school in Georgia, and I just had a mediocre apartment, a mediocre life, and I wasn't happy with what I was doing. So I set this massive goal, and I reached it. When I first got to Hawaii, it wasn't easy. I had that little amount of money, and I was actually on food stamps for a few months when I first got there. But 1 year later, I not only was able to get off of the food stamps, but I had earned an annual income that was 6 figures. So I met that massive goal. I also used to have the goal of eating 100% raw vegan for a full year. And although I didn't eat raw vegan for a full year, I did eat completely raw for 3 months straight, 2 times during a 1 year period. So 6 months of eating fully raw was a huge accomplishment to me. I was far too proud of what I did accomplish to be worried about the things that I didn't accomplish. You see, sometimes I'm going to reach these massive goals, and sometimes I'm not. But regardless of when I choose to stop things in my life, I always learn something from the experience, and I'm always growing from the experience. It's just a fact. You learn new things when you jump into something new. And that's not just for me, that's for anybody. So I've been getting a lot of questions because I've posted in a couple of other places that I have gotten off the trail already. And I've gotten a lot of questions, do I feel like a failure because I didn't reach my original goal? To me, failure is just an illusion. It's a concept that we create in our mind, and it usually has a negative impact on us. Failure, the idea of failure completely negates everything that has been accomplished. I hiked 1,000 miles this summer with little to no backpacking experience, and even though to some people's definition I could be labeled as a failure and robbed of my achievements and accomplishments, in my book, I'm a badass. So here's some background knowledge that you might not have known about me and my experience on the trail. I didn't start the trail with a passion for backpacking. In fact, I only had a combined 7 days of backpacking experience prior to starting the trail. So I was jumping into something completely new that I wasn't even super passionate about. I was just passionate about the challenge. I was just passionate about starting something new, learning from a new experience, and seeing where the journey took me. So the first month on the trail included a lot of pain, physical pain with my feet, and also adjusting to the trail life, like just not being with technology as much, just being out in nature. And it was a beautiful adjustment period. It was painful, but it was raw and beautiful. So the second month on the trail was much easier for me. I was optimizing my gear, getting much lighter gear, like getting rid of my heavy backpack and all of these heavy things that I was carrying, and just making my pack much lighter on my back, which in turn allowed a lot of pressure to come off of my feet. That in turn led me to not have as much pain, and I was enjoying the experience much more. I had gotten the hang of it, and I felt like things were going really well. The third month, I started to kind of plateau, and I didn't really have a big appetite. I was tired of like the packaged food that I was eating. I literally just wasn't hungry. Like, I never wanted food, but I knew that I had to consume food in order to keep going, to keep moving up the mountain. So I was really struggling with my diet. I felt like I was totally lacking vitality. I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel like myself. And yeah, I just felt unhealthy in general. Getting into one of the big reasons why I decided to get off the trail. The food access was definitely my biggest struggle, my biggest downfall. To put it simply, I just didn't feel like myself. I'm used to eating fresh food and feeling alive and feeling energized and motivated and like just clean and healthy, not hygienically, but like within my body. I was eating totally different food and I didn't feel good, and I was struggling with it mentally and physically, and that was the biggest downfall for me on the trail, without a doubt. I value my health so much. It's one of my biggest passions in life, if not the biggest passion, and I lost that on the trail, and I felt lost because of it. So the second biggest reason that I decided to get off the trail was because of exhaustion. I was exhausted and fatigued and drained the entire time on the trail. 90 plus days straight of not being able to regain my energy and replenish the energy. I was just so drained that I didn't even have the time to think, to brainstorm ideas properly, to socialize properly. I just felt like I had no mental energy for absolutely anything. All that I was able to do with the energy that I had was wake up, make breakfast, hike for 8+ hours, finish hiking, clean off my body, make dinner with Addison, set up my camp, and go to sleep. I had very, very little energy for anything else, and like I said, I wasn't able to be social. I didn't feel like I was myself. I basically felt like a zombie who was just going through the motions to reach this massive, awesome, kick-ass end goal, but I wasn't enjoying myself because of how exhausted I was. Now, I got a lot of questions about why couldn't I just take a break during the trail, like take a week off, eat a lot of good, healthy food, and rest a ton, and then get back to it. And in theory, this sounds ideal, and I wish that I could have done that, but Addison and I started kind of late in the season. We tried to avoid the cold weather, which we did fairly well. A lot of people start early in March, and we started in the middle of April. So we also had a deadline at the end. Baxter State Park in Maine, near Katahdin, closes in the middle of October. So we had until October to finish the trail, and with the amount of time that we had to take off during the first month of hiking because of my Achilles tendons, we just kind of had crunch time. We had to rush to get to the end, and that only made the exhaustion worse. So that was the situation. It wasn't really possible for us to take the time to rejuvenate and take that time off because we had to reach Katahdin by October. So it was kind of a vicious cycle. And yes, ideally, if there was more time, I would have taken time off to rejuvenate my body and just kept moving forward. But I didn't have that option. Okay, almost done with the video. I know it's getting a little bit long, but there's a bit more that I have to share with you. Another big question that I get or have gotten on the few posts that I've shared is, do I think that I'm going to regret getting off? To me, the past is irrelevant. That's a point in time that we never get to visit again. I strive to live in the present moment. Right now, I'm happy. Right now, I feel healthy. Right now, I'm so stoked and grateful to be able to express myself creatively and work on this new coloring book, and to nurture myself and take care of myself and to get proper sleep. I'm just simply not dwelling on the past, and therefore I do not regret my choice. Health and happiness are my top priorities, and right now I'm fulfilling those, and therefore, again, I don't regret my choice. So another question I want to address is, what's next? What am I doing now? What are the next few months going to entail for me? So right now I'm staying at my parents' house in Connecticut. I'm mostly here because I'm just waiting for Addison to continue on and finish the trail, which I guess I should also address real quick because I know I'm going to get comments on this. This hike has been a goal of Addison's for over 10 years, so I'm beyond stoked for him to be pushing forward and reaching that goal. It wouldn't make sense for him to get off with me unless he wasn't enjoying himself either, and he is enjoying himself. The trail is his happy place, and I'm so grateful that he is pushing on with that goal. And I've already had a couple comments like, he should be supporting you, like he should get off the trail too, that's so like rude that you got off. And it goes either way. People say it's rude that I got off and didn't keep going with him. People say it's rude that he stayed on and didn't get off with me. Honestly, we support each other in everything we do, and we are so happy with each other's decisions. And I'm going to hike up Katahdin with him most likely. So I'm going to see him at the end. I'll see him a little bit in between because he's up in these northeastern states now. So I'll visit him and bring him trail magic and all that good stuff. So yeah, just wanted to quickly address that. Okay, so what's next in my life? I'm staying at my parents' house. I'm focusing a lot on nurturing my body, just like all the good stuff. I'm also working on creating a coloring book that has been a long-term project of mine, and I finally picked it back up again. And I have a deadline for myself, which I'm not going to share with you. I'll share it when it's officially done, but I'm really excited for that. And I will be going back to Hawaii with Addison probably in October once he finishes the trail. And there's some retreats that I'm planning for this winter in Hawaii. So yeah, lots of good stuff coming your way. Lots of good stuff in my current reality and future reality. Okay, one last little thing that I want to share is to everybody who saw my video on my personal YouTube channel where I did address that I got off the trail. There were definitely some pretty harsh and mean comments on that video, and I got so many messages from people saying that they felt pain for me and they supported me and just wanted to let me know that they were sorry about those comments that other people had shared. To anybody who is feeling that way, I just want to let you know that I am extremely happy with my decision to get off the trail, and I do not value my self-worth on YouTube comments. I appreciate the kind comments and supportive comments so much, but the mean ones, I really don't take to heart. I value my health so much, and I value learning new things, and to me, I've done that. I learned so much on the trail. I pushed myself far past my limits, hiked 1,000 miles. I'm now feeling healthy and good, and I am so content. So please don't feel bad. I know people can be mean and harsh, but again, my value and self-worth is not on other people's comments. It's of how I feel, how I perceive myself, and I know I'm a badass. Everyone has a different perception of what's right and wrong in life, and not everyone's going to support me. And I respect that. And it doesn't really matter because I am my biggest cheerleader. Okay guys, so that's going to conclude this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. Anything you want to share, put it in the comments below. I'm not going to take it to heart, though I do appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in to my entire trail journey, or even just bits and pieces of it. I do want to let you know that my friend Kyle and I have been documenting all of it, and he's going to be helping me create a documentary of my experience on the trail. The documentary will also include bits and pieces of my life before and after the trail. So if you want to see the behind the scenes stuff, like how my life was going before the trail, how the trail impacted my life, what's going on afterwards, and basically the big ol' transformation, then definitely stay tuned for that documentary. Obviously, it's going to take some time to put together, but I just want to let you know that that is coming your way. So again, thank you for tuning into my journey. I love you so much. Now go chase your dreams.